or just respect that she deserves. Give her more respect than you give me, or even Mrs. Mays. Okay, so she's learning to be a teacher too. So you guys just need to, just give her respect and be thoughtful of her and try to learn something. Okay.
Well, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your classroom the last couple weeks. So I'm introducing a new topic in Zern, but I don't think it's new to you guys. I want you guys all to just take a couple minutes and talk with your groups about line plots and what you know about them, if you've used them before, what kind of data you could use and plot with them. So just take a couple minutes, and if you don't know anything, then just explore what you think they might be.
I'm showing you what line plot is.
And this is a line plot up on the board too, just to give you a starting point. So talk with your groups and try to come up with some ideas of what you think that they are.
I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 for example. So it's like dated 1, 2, and 3. And we do a graph by x. I can have this question. What's the person who decided to explain this? Okay, so groups. Alright. I'm going to take this off.
Thank you for coming and working with her.
I have nobody to go.
I know. What do you guys think the line plot is?
I think that a line plot is like,
So let's say that
I think that a line plot is like,
that it hurts. So you can make a 2.
I think it's basically where you take a bunch of numbers like
So kind of like a data set?
1, 2, 3, and then you have to like plot something on it. So like if I needed to plot
Now, basically what we have to do is we have to
3 halves, I would do this. That would have that plot there. And then if I had to plot 5 halves, I would put it
You guys
here.
didn't learn about it in second grade?
Good job.
And then
You have a good idea.
I also think that you would have to go like 3
if you
You guys
win
know about line
half.
plots? Anything?
Let me
You
show
said that
If
you're-
you win like
halves.
if you win like
Have you guys ever heard of them?
I'm like labeling.
You have to label the numbers. That is correct.
then it would be like
Do you remember anything about them?
I don't
Guys, were you even listening?
Yes, I was listening.
Why are you putting these?
They help you find data, yeah, that's true.
It's not
Anything else?
and that's just a graph or
Lip gloss, lip balm.
no, it's not. Hey,
Will you sit on your bum?
medicated.
It's blocking my view.
Medicated. Helps your lips loose. I'm gonna put it on. Let's see how it takes off.
Stacia, you have anything?
All right. I want each table to just name a couple things that you guys think that line plots are. So I'm going to start with you guys. Do you have any ideas of what a line plot might be? Just coming from the name. Rylan? That's okay.
I think a line plot.
A line plot?
A line plot is multiple numbers, maybe on a number line.
Good job. That's very good. Good job. What did you guys say?
You want to say this? No, like, so you said, if you basically, I actually swear it. Okay, so, do you want to just explain the picture that I have? There's a 1, 2, and 3 needed, and
So you've got to label your line.
and then we have a line across here, and we label it, and say there was 3 and 1, 4 and 2, 4 people that were pushed, and 1 that was 3. So you make X's, but not this big, but this is the size.
Yeah. To
And
plot your data.
You can plot your data, and And you could cross off your stuff.
As you plot it. Good job.
Basically what you want.
Yes, that was really good. Did you guys come up with anything new?
I think that a line plot would be like if you were to have 3 holes and well, like 1, 2, 3, and then you put halves in the middle of those. I think that if you had to plot 3 halves, you would have to put a little dot on the first little line from 1. Then if you had to plot 5 halves, you would have to put it on the first one after 2 holes.
Good job.
Then label it.
Good job. Do you guys have anything else? What'd you say?
You can use it to find data.
Good. So you guys all have the right idea. So instead of finding data, a line plot is a way that we can plot our data, just like the name of it, line plot. We worked a lot with number lines in regards to fractions and finding common fractions and things like that. So we're going to use it in a different way now. So this is a line plot up on the board, and we are going to come up with a class data set to put on this line plot. But the first thing is I want to label it. So the class data that we are going to do is we are actually going to measure our shoes in inches. And so if I was looking to label my line plot, what would be a good name for it if we're looking at measuring our shoe lengths as a class? A shoe plot, that's a good one. Sophia, do you have any other ideas? That's a good one. Was that yours?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to write shoe measurements up here. All right, and does anyone know what this little symbol right here is? Besides Sophia, because I told you earlier. Anyone? Okay, Sophia.
No, it's an inches.
It is. That's an inches sign. So instead of writing out inches, I just went ahead and abbreviated the 2 dash marks on all the numbers. So down here, what measurement should I label that we're measuring in? Anyone besides you two?
No, you need to turn and face.
What does this symbol represent? Rylan. So we should label that we're going to measure in inches. Good. And then since we have a smaller class, and each one of you are going to come up and mark your separate shoe length on the line plot, what do you think that 1x is going to represent? What do you think? Our size? Yes, in a sense, but 1x is representing what?
I think it would represent 1 student.
Good job.
Exactly.
Very good.
One shoe.
So
Same
now,
thing.
just looking at it in a different way, if, for example, we had like 10 classes of student shoe size we were looking at, we would maybe say that 1x represents 5, so we don't have like 30 x's going up. So to do this, I don't know where, oh, there we go.
I got a bunch of rulers off too.
I'm just going to give 1 ruler per table.
What? Measure my shoe first.
And I want everyone to measure their right shoe and make sure that you are using the inches side of the ruler.
Inches.
So not the centimeter side, the inches. And if you have any questions on which side that is, you guys can ask. How about right hand? Hey, can everyone stop for a sec? Does everyone know which one is their right shoe?
Yeah.
One that I'm measuring.
No, that's your left.
The other one. It's this one.
Yep, good job.
Take your shoe off. Put it on the table.
This is one.
And to do it, you guys can take your shoes off to make it a little easier.
Can't cover my shoes, so that's gonna be
Hopefully
I don't wear the shoes every day in there.
Benches.
Unless if someone puts deodorant on their foot.
Oh, right at
F minus, you got an F minus.
And I'll keep,
Okay, guys, let's do this.
10 inches or
I will measure you. So I
wait, there's one more thing. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. I want you guys to measure to the nearest inch or half inch. So if your shoe is 9 4/10 of an inch, you would just round up to 9 1/2 inches to make it a little easier.
No, she said half inches, so the
And once you have your shoe length, you can come up and put an X above what your shoe length is.
You can get all ready, Mark.
We're rounding to either the whole number or the half. So that would be
almost 8 inches. No, we're measuring a shoe, remember?
okay. So
How about we just Mr. Craig?
Guys, how about we just measure Izzy's foot?
Mr. Craig,
I don't know how to untie my
since we
shoes.
have one of our shoes off, why don't we just take the other one off?
Or retie them.
you need it.
Just have a
Plot your shoe length on the board, please.
almost 8
Make sure you're on the inches.
Riley, did you plot yours yet?
8 inches.
No, almost. Here's it on the floor. Can I make sure I like them?
Riley, did you get yours plotted up there?
Yeah, I'm 11 inches.
Let's go 10.
Thank you.
And
Sophia, did you do yours?
Yeah, you're right.
wait, Sophia, should you get this? I can give it to you. And
Wait,
that
we have the same word. I have.
So what was the length of your
I don't
shoe?
know where I got this.
So you would round up to what? If it was 11.3,
I have
you
3
would
inches.
round up to
and then it's
I don't know.
I will set them up. You are big.
I found Mark's pencil underneath the register over there.
Where'd you find mine?
Oh yeah. Arlo said Anthony dropped it, then Anthony said Arlo dropped it.
Of course I did. Paige Bite, did you get your shoe measured up
Did
there?
everyone come up and mark their shoe length?
Yes, they do. So
Might be on the floor.
here, measure Molly's foot.
I can't untie or retie my shoes.
Here we're doing I do it.
That's so weird how that happens.
Yes,
Is
that's
that
what.
over there?
Nope, that's
This
my
dab
left.
it in.
That's my left.
Let's see. So 1C. Well, we see.
It's not yours.
No, Bella, remember you have to measure from 0. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I got 11 inches. Don't say that to yourself.
He got it. He has the biggest feet in the class.
9 inches.
No, you're 10. 9 and a half. Between 9.
We round up.
So you in between 9 and a half. And my baby. No. I think you'll say it.
Alright, did everyone write theirs up there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come around and collect all the blue words.
Your outfit.
Nolan, you need to go sit up at that table up there. Dude, because you're just being a distraction.
May the force be with you.
Alright, now that we have everyone marked up here, I'm going to ask you guys some questions, just what you see. But first off, it's kind of cool that we don't have any numbers to really, like a data set to look at, but just by looking at the line plot, like it can tell us so much. So one of the questions is, how many people had a shoe length of 10 inches? One person. Good job. How do you know that? Good job. And 1x equals 1 person. Now, what would you say if I told you that 1x represents 5 people? How many people would have a shoe length of 10? 5. Good job. How many people had a shoe length of 8 inches? job. Now what if 1x represented 3 people? How many? How many?
12.
Good job, because you have 4 x's, and if each person represents 3, it'd be 12. How many people recorded data up here? Rylan.
Oh, you made me lose it. 13.
You're in the right. Yep. Good job. I had to count on myself. Good job. Yeah. So what are some other ideas of different class data sets that we could collect, that we could plot on a line plot? Or not even class. What are just things in general in life that you could think of? Sophia? Your hair. Hair would be, you could, but you would just use, obviously not numbers. You would, what would you put in this section then? Down here, how would you label it?
Brown, red, blue. There's no blue?
People don't have blue hair.
Rainbow hair!
Yes. Good job. So do you guys get like the general concept of a line plot and what it is and how you plot data on it?
Yeah.
Do you guys think you could do one on your own?
Yeah.
Are you guys confident?
No, we should say in our opinion.
Okay. Because you guys have a Zern lesson that's kind of just like this, and so I just want to make sure you guys don't have any questions before I set you loose to work on that.
I have a question.
Yes.
This is for the class. I want you to talk amongst your tables and tell me what's different about this type of graphing mechanism, a line plot, and say like a bar graph. How are they similar and how are they different? You got 2 minutes. Talk. Go.
A line graph and a bar graph are different because a line graph has different. It's like a straight line across, and it has a bunch of points on it, and it's different than a bar graph because
There's actual bars that are
actual bars that go up
instead of marquees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're the same because they both help you like measure stuff and
Help you save
a number line doesn't have a y-axis and an x-axis, but a bar graph has an x-axis and a y-axis.
Oh, he got another thing. A bar graph has a y-axis and an x-axis.
Yes.
But that does not.
Yeah.
We won. Woohoo!
So, but this when you kind of just number line. Oh, it's 2. Oh, it's 3. And we had a question that was yes or no. This one is a little bit on a line mechanism on the number plot. How would we do that? How would this be useful for that?
A line plot?
Like that. If you
He's done. Now we draw his lipstick there.
Bar graph also, there's numbers going up the side too. That can be another big difference. Instead of just x's going up. Yeah. So you have another side that's labeled as well. So you should share that with them. That's good.
Me too. And I have PE today, so this is going to be hard.
That's why when I do it, I
Whenever you're ready.
Do you have a piece of the differences?
Just 1 second. Put that on my hand, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, this is someone besides Rylan share from this table? What do you guys talk about? So in a bar graph, you're still going to be labeling. So you're still going to have a bottom label. This is just particular to what we were measuring and what we were plotting. So that would be a similarity between the two, is that you will still have labels on the bottom of them. Did you guys come up with anything else? Mm-hmm. Yeah, good job. Rylan, do you have anything to add to what she said?
Yes. On a bar graph, there's bars.
Look at me.
There's bars, and it's just a straight down on the side, but on this one it's a number line with numbers on the bottom, and it doesn't go straight down.
Yeah. Which one do you guys think would be best for plot if you had like a lot of data, like lots and lots and lots? Or could it work with either one of them? What do you think?
I think it could work with either one of them, but I also think it would work better with a bar graph because it'll be easier to go like it'll be easier to put like let's say x is 5 instead of 1. You could put like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, blah, blah, blah.
I agree with that. I think that either one of them would work very well just because you have the freedom to change what your x is. And then on a bar graph as well, you can change your y-axis to a bigger scale, like 1 to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So just depending on the numbers you're working with. What did your guys' table talk about?
Well, we kind of talked about that. So if it would be, it's harder because to do a line plot because you kind of have to like, if it was like 10 of something and you couldn't figure it out just by looking at it, you would have to count them up.
Mm-hmm.
But on a, what's it called?
A bar graph?
A bar graph, you don't have, you can just look at the y-axis and you can look at the numbers and then you can just clearly see where it stops.
Mm-hmm. Those are good ideas. What did your guys' table talk about?
Oh, us?
Yeah. Like what are some similarities and differences that you guys saw?
We said that some similarities were that you can use both of them to measure and organize data, and the differences were that the line graph goes like in one straight line, and it's harder to do like up to like 1,000s and 100s and stuff. And the difference between that and a bar graph is that bar graphs have actual bars, and you can make it, and it's easier to go up to like 1,000.
Okay. Yeah, good job. What did you guys talk about?
Bar graph is like an L. It's labels like both sides.
You have an X and a Y axis?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
And it's like the bars like this has like numbers or like this. It's like a number that's like functional.
Good job.
And the line graph is like it's like a number numbers and then there's like X's to show like how many there are.
Good job. Which would you guys rather prefer? Is there one that you guys like more? Is one easier? Is one more confusing? Do you have any questions about this one? You'd rather do a line plot? Line plots are fun. And it's fun, I think that visually you can see, okay, a lot of people had 8-inch shoes. That shows that there's smaller feet in this class. And I don't know, it's visually nice to see your data spread out like that.
So if you have a lot of, just like if your range is wide.
Yeah.
So if you have a wide range, so like from 6 to 12, that's a pretty wide range. If you only had, like yesterday we had a yes and no type of a question of our data points. So in that case, you might not want to use a line plot because we only have 2 data points. But where you have a really wide range and a lot of points, this is super useful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you guys ready to start your Zern?
Yeah.
No questions on it? No, you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you guys are free to start on that.
Okay, let's do this in a logical order, please. Let's have anybody that's wearing some kind of glasses may get their computer.
Yes.
You're gonna be on lesson 6. Wait, module 6, lesson 5.
What?
Lesson 5. Don't shake your head at me, fool.
Shake, shake. No, because we already did lesson 1 through 5.
1 through 4. Today's 5.
I never did that.
You did.
We did? Oh.
Oh, if you have on a sweatshirt, you may get a computer.
Under this, I am.
Yeah, I see the hood sticking out, bro. I'm good.
I always have a shirt.
I know, it's the same one. I hope you wash it once in a while.
I do.
Okay, good.